Yeah, it works out. Bloodlust on all of these heroes is going to be great. Nightfall is actually the one playing the OD, so this is going to be the old carry OD. And, oh, I'm sorry, I forgot offlane player. Whoops, totally forgot, guys.
Well, he's going to be going for what looks to be more of that standard build. Not going to see some Esk style OD. We are going to be seeing the Meteor Hammer as it's queued up currently.
Yeah, well, that's the normal build, all right. So against Luna, see how that turns out. I'm most excited about the potential Rubik here. Now, Ryoya is standing here in a good place, and they might not put a sentry down for this now. Knowing Ryoya is there, that could have been what gave them vision, so they don't instantly get the D ward. Good way to protect it. Jarex is a Agdam's Lab player, apparently. Good for him.
Yeah, we're trying to convince SVG that he should play it, but he's been very...
And Mira. They're both very stubborn.
Both very... Really? I thought that Mira would probably
She
play
also
it.
said, I will never play Ag's Lab.
Oh,
if anybody succeeds, I'm impressed.
All right.
She hasn't played the first one either, so it's a bad sign.
Yeah, but she said that she wasn't going to play the second one because she didn't play the first
Exactly.
one.
It's never going to stop now.
It's not that kind of a sequel, guys. You can play it without playing the first one.
Very fun. Good game. Big recommend. There's something nice about playing like Dota games, that's Dota-like games, without multiplayer, you know, because it's like, not like you don't have to be against people, you know, it's like you can win every game effectively. I mean, you won't actually probably win every game, but you can have a good time, you know? That's important.
It is important to have a good time playing video games. One would almost say that that's one of the reasons why video games were created,
Exactly.
to have a good time.
Unless you're one of these 10 sickos in this game who, for them, winning is the most important thing in the world, and that's why they're here. Because they try so damn hard. But yeah, I'm curious to see how the Rubik works out. I think it's a great hero to have against a OD, and that's why they picked it. The Banished Steel is just so super effective at saving your allies. Basically turns you into a more offensive version of Shadow Demon, more or less. Which can be very nice. At least for the defensive purposes.
Lots of options that you can do here.
But right now, we're looking at a Nyx Assassin dual lane, so Nyx 5, not the strongest thing in the game, all right?
Ooh. Well, they managed to get Empyrean's Courier. They almost managed to get the Medusa's Courier too, but...
Great block there by Crit while he's pulling the creep wave. That's going to force Nyx away. Not that you're that worried about him.
This is pretty much all that Empyrean can really do is try to just be annoying to Crit. Like
Yep.
you said, not the strongest of lanes when you've got this Nyx Assassin like this, but...
It's a little monkey butt. Wait till he turns around.
Wait, who has a monkey butt?
That little monkey courier butt.
Oh, okay. Okay. I don't normally zero in on courier butts. So.
It turned around and it just stared right at me. I saw it.
Did it wink at you?
Was
too
not
while
in my
you were
control,
at
I
it?
promise. It might have, yes.
Middle lane here, both of the core sitting a bit low here. We've got a Fairy Fire over on Ryoya. Abed dragging back, should be able to maybe get off enough damage here. Yeah, this is looking pretty good. He is slowed though. He's gonna throw out the high five, but...
For the record, he could have killed him earlier, like a quarter of a second, but he waited for the high five first, knowing that the kill was gonna happen.
Jerax, the bottom lane. Ooh, he's a tanky boy though. 17 hit points.
There you go, high-skilled ogre play. He knew his limit.
Oh, I hope Jenkins makes a video out of this, or one of you makes a video, whether it's you, Brian, whatever, just how to be a high-skill ogre player. Step number 1, just be that good.
You just do the math and know how much damage they can deal, and then you just retreat at the perfect time. It's that simple. Really straightforward here for Jerax. Cast Ignite sometimes, you know, normal stuff. Abed doing great in the mid lane, 13-4 versus the 7-1 that Ryoya is doing.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Ryoya having a little bit of a rough day here against Abed, but...
To be fair, it is Abed.
Yeah, he's very good.
He's an excellent player. Top lane, some harass being placed over onto Ollie. We're being very aggressive here.
Yeah, EG's doing a great job up here, actually. Luna's 9-1. Had the last hit on her tower. They end up killing the ogre.
It was just a suicide.
A suicide kill. He wanted full mana. Like he doesn't want to spend his mangoes just to throw one extra ignite. So much better for him to go back to the fountain. But OD right now 18-4 versus Luna's 9-1. Ollie's struggling here.
A little bit more harass coming out against Artesian, the bottom lane, realizing that Jerax was going to have to teleport back, taking advantage of it, but pretty calm and quiet for this time.
The scary thing though is that with OD so far ahead like this, he's gonna hit a nice timing advantage where he has more levels and more items. than his opponents. So he might get the hammer at a time that his opponents don't expect it. Like the courier, the recipe's coming now. He just needs 700 gold, and then he's got he's got the hammer done. And it's gonna be scary. Now they both have stuns, both Nyx and Luna. So that means no matter who you banish, the other guy can cover you. But as soon as like one of these guys runs away, Nightfall can definitely get a kill.
You definitely can't be alone here. JerAx though, is gonna have to lead Flea away. It's just slowly trying to juke here. He's gonna ego drop down a nice ward, keep tabs on any rotations. It's taken him a while here to get this kill. This is actually like ridiculous seeing the amount of time and space. He's gonna be able to get the kill on Flea. Maybe he can get the denial.
Okay. That's pretty funny. That was actually really funny. Flea throws him into the dragon, hoping like, oh, the dragons will attack him. No, they attacked Rubik instead because Rubik aggroed with the stun, I suppose. And then JerAx got to turn that around. Ends up buying out before he dies. He's going to fill his inventory back up, go back to the lane.
Ooh, the shards though on Ollie. That's a kill for Nightfall. Tyrion is totally out of mana now. He was trying to protect, but...
Does that mean he's got his item?
I would assume.
One last hit, and he's got it. All right, if Nightfall gets like 1 or 2 kills with this, ooh, the game's going to be blown open in a big way. The only downside is his Astral Imprisonment is not a high enough level to guaranteed land the hammer. It's only level 2.
Perhaps he wasn't expecting to be this high of a...
Yes, he's like doing so well that it's a punish. All right, here it comes. Can he get the banish? Oh, he should have just gotten him there.
It feels like he's like, wait, yep, okay, all right, here we go. Follow up, Meteor Hammer, crit with the tag team, the shards. Good impale over on 2, but it's not enough. And this is where things start to get very, very scary now for Simply TOOBASED.
They could have communicated better there. Ollie definitely could have Lucent Beamed the channel if you wanted to. I just don't think they noticed. He didn't even do Spike Carapace against it either. So TOOBASED just a little bit caught off guard there.
Nice taunt back here over onto Ryoya. But does have these astral steps. He's got JerAx though, making his own rotation. Man, this is a very active ogre, and I love to see it.
Yeah, just by standing mid, he just helps upset the balance, right? Throw ignites on Queen of Pain.
Oh, look at this crit too, making his way over. He wanted that double damage, but can't be there with crit and Abed in position already.
It's like the worst feeling. Like you're already losing the lane, and then they double rotate their supports like clockwork like this. So difficult.
Just having an ogre just constantly poking away at you. Abed making his way over here. They get the ignite off, the taunt, the step, the dead Ryoya.
Great.
These are great voice lines.
They really are. That voice, I legit was playing Exilab last night, and I was like, dude, this voice actor is so good. He's so good at his job. All right, Meteor Hammer continuing on the top lane to push things out. Nightfall, most last hits in the game at 45 with 10 denies. The Luna, 22 last hits right now, and JerAx is still there.
How is JerAx allowed to do this? Like this is your position 5 here on EG, and he's just wandering in constantly. I mean, on the flip side of this, right, RTZ is sitting a little bit low. So Flea's going to continue to harass him. Just have a couple of these one charges. Just have to be careful. He's got that extra regen underneath the tower, though.
Nicely done.
And that's a kill on Ollie.
This is the value that JerAx is bringing here. He's a very slow, tanky body, but he's giving vision and helping. Like, you're just thinking, like, it's a level 3 ogre. What's the big deal? But eventually, his core will choose to rotate. And if you can't get out in time, you're dead. It's absolutely oppressive play so far by EG. Is that a spot of Nyx Assassin? I could not tell, but Nightfall will hammer the wave, keep pushing this up here. Top tower's almost dead, with almost no resources.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Now, they don't quite have the vision on Empyrean here. They don't realize he's here, so be able to take the tower. They had a moment, though. Nightfall turned back around, did spot Empyrean. He's going to go a little bit deeper, the Impale. He's going to teleport away.
All right.
It was like the slightest little glimpse of him over there.
He went to the obvious juke spot, which Nightfall said there's no way he'll go to the obvious juke spot, and it ends up working out. It's a good strategy sometimes. I was a little surprised he looked for him anyways, but his hammer was off cooldown. Either way, Nightfall does not care that much. He's still very far ahead in this match. And
Yes,
the enemy jungle is theirs. I mean, they've already been scouting it with Ogre. They've got a ward down as well. Empyrean can't even hit the creep wave because Nightfall is just going to sit here, so... This lane did not go well for Simply TOOBASED. Their net worth still looks all right now, but once they take the mid tower, EG is just going to pressure everywhere.
They do have a nice ward. They spotted out Jerax being in this middle lane, but that's about all they can really do without making a big rotation with the way that EG is playing currently.
Look at these sentry wards on the mid lane as well. He put one on the cliff, didn't find it, then put one down, and there's already one to the right. So it's like basically the only 3 places that Simply TOOBASED is likely to ward are covered by these sentries, which just makes it so much harder for them to even defend this because they're like, we can't see them coming.
Look at Jerax. He's just like, I'm gonna put my body here. I'm gonna block this camp.
I mean, that's a safe place to farm, certainly, for Simply TOOBASED. With that said, there's a lot of beautiful stacks up on the Dire Triangle. So if Lil Nick or Luna can do these together, that would be a nice thing. Or EG, if they can somehow get in here and invade, it would be incredible.
They've got to protect those stacks. That Luna would love to have them.
And Jerax is...
Look at Jerax. He's wandering over there. Courier doesn't quite spot him.
Okay, it looks like instead he just wants the experience. He expects these to be cleared soon. So knowing the ward is here, that he thinks the timing will come. Yeah, Luna's actually moving over. Her HP's a little low, though.
She needs to be very careful that Jerax doesn't just go, surprise, right, pop out. And
he sees her, and that's important. He's in position now. They just need one more person to rotate.
Ward.
And here comes Abed.
They know that they're taking these stacks. They do approach. They have the ward over on the cliff side. Jerax, though, gonna throw out the Ignite, slow down Ollie. Not gonna be able to quite land the Remnant here as Lil Nick makes his way over. They want to punish Jerax. Jerax hoping that he can get the 9. No, he's not gonna be able to get it. So, look at the rotation that they just made to protect Ollie.
I'm a little surprised that Abed didn't go for that. He would have had to use 2 Astral Steps to get there at least.
What was he gonna get in time?
Maybe would have missed the damage, maybe dies on the way out, but this is just safer, I guess. Let Ogre die, he gets some of the experience, and they'll still pressure the tower. It would have been pretty deep, certainly. It's not worth it just to kill a guy that's already behind, you know? Because if you mess up, Abed, level 9 hero, gives experience to the Luna.
Right. Ooh, Lil Nick's courier, though.
Ooh, he messed up this time. Ooh.
They don't have the detection.
Trying to reveal if they have vision or not with the old high 5, the old mitten 5. Is it a mitten or is that Aghanim? I think that was Aghanim.
I think it's a mitten, a sock puppet of Aghanim.
You can high 5 towers now? What?
Yeah. If you don't have any friends, at least the towers will high 5 you.
That's good.
You high 5 on a lot of towers.
I am now, as soon as I get home. Pressure
man,
continues.
These high 5s, though, I'm feeling like they got some inspiration from a certain Mr. Midas.
You think so, huh?
That's sometimes, yeah, you know. Obviously, much better quality than the denial over on the mid tower. They don't want to give this up for free, but Nightfall already in position, waits patiently. Meteor Hammer off here, over onto Lil Nick. The fall tag team, the shards, the punch, everything. Snowball will stun in place. And that's just a threat of a Tidehunter that's no longer there anymore.
That took a lot, though. That was Meteor Hammer. That was all of like Void Spirit's abilities, basically. He's not easy here to kill when he's got the hood.
But he's the biggest like threat I'd feel on the map right now.
Certainly, yeah. But that's more of just like a kill pick-off thing.
Okay.
Like, he's going to be respawned soon. They lose a little bit of opportunity, but it's more about like changing the snowball effect. Like, they get golden experience. It's great space for Dusa, I guess. Taking that off the map is kind of nice, but nice double stack here, triple stack by Crit on the enemy side of the map. It's been here so often, he's like, screw it, this is our place now.
You might as well.
And it's cool tag team anyway, so it's a cool way to clear it. Accelerate RTZ.
Is that an item that gives the little shards with the split shot on Dusa?
I think it's based on the battle pass, because I saw the Mirana last Crit also had it as a ranged hero.
It almost looks like bubbles.
It does look like ice or something. I thought it was the Persona at first, but it was not, because he's got it too. It's like one of those, hey, you're rich. Oh, here's this cool effect.
Jerax finally getting punished by 3 heroes for being in the jungle. Bottom lane, though, they're trying to make the play over onto Ryoya. They've got the snowball. Not sure. Oh, the shards coming into play. The step 4 from Abed. And there's going to be the clicks down. This is not looking good for the Queen of Pain.
She almost boiled over with rage, but she held it in. There's a baboon butt in the air. I just saw it.
I like that that's what you like zero in on every time.
I've seen that courier so many times. It's the first time I saw its butt just staring right at me. Good escape by Crit. Just peeping on his opponents, making him unsettled.
This is so hard right now for Ollie because, like, you know, he has these beautiful stacks that were created for him, and he was managing to take them, but his net worth is just so low comparatively still.
Like, the fact that OD has more net worth than anybody, like, blows my mind. But this is, like, this is the thing that Nightfall's been doing incredibly well, literally the whole DPC. Is that he goes into offlane, he either does well or wins it, and then he just, like, stays on top net worth the whole time, because he's a carry player. He's already practiced at, like, being absolutely max efficient level with dying a few times. So in these games where EG's ahead, this looks really good.
Do get a smoke play coming out from both teams. There's a Blink Dagger that just got finished here for Nightfall. It's going to be delivered soon. Not quite there yet. But looks like they tried to make a play over onto Crit. Just not going to be able to get their hands on them. Not yet.
So this game reminds me a little bit more of EG
Ooh, Ryoya.
so far.
Big fire blast. The big taunt. They've got the Walrus punch. They did a little bit more damage. They're going to be able to lock them into place. Empyrean now cut off from the rest of the team. No mana left over here on Crit. They'll move forward slowly. Jerax trying to consider, do I go back in here?
With that said, though, they are doing a lot better at the pressure than they were in the previous game, and they, like, really stomped the offlane. So I think this kind of, like, spread and split and control the map thing is a lot more reasonable. Little initiation on OD mid lane, though, but he gets the blink off after. Little mistake by Flea there. Lifted him, but he did not use Fade Bolt. Stole a spell instead, so after he landed, he gets the blink off. Could have been a kill potentially on him. And now they're moving towards RTZ top. Looks like everyone's teleporting. They're recognizing this. They're reading the map. Smoke gets used, though.
Ooh, Empyrean drops the wards. Got the Spike Carapace, though, so...
Okay, guess that was...
Back off.
That was a gank on Luna, not necessarily a defend RTZ move.
They go for their own smoke play here over on the side of Simply TOOBASED. They know the OD's over in the mid lane, but the rest of the team seems a bit scary here as Crit does wander by. Leaf has that reveal. So it just feels like they don't know what to do right now. They want to make a play, but they can't quite find this angle.
It's hard. They don't have good perfect vision. Their opponents haven't been playing around the tower. They've got Blink Ravage, so hypothetically they could have started that fight, but without vision it's too dangerous to walk high ground. You could just blink into something bad and get crushed. So they're just going to have to lose that opportunity, spread on the map. They're still close to net worth. Only 2k behind despite how badly they lost the laning stage. But Lil Nick farming great. Highest net worth on his team.
Just feels like he hasn't seen the opportunities, though, to really make use of all this like space that he's had. And he's very tanky. It does take a lot to kill him, but you get to see like a really large team fight from the side of TOOBASED.
Yeah. But at least they're close to net worth. So this is the part where like EG seemingly has been floundering a bit lately, where it seems like they're farming too much. With that said, though, they are playing Radiant side. It's more common to farm here.
Blink forward here from Nightfall with the Meteor Hammer. Should be able to stun Ryoya into place. Oh, it's a big multicast, so that will be able to help clean up the Queen of Pain.
That was like frame perfect Banish Hammer. Really nicely done there. And lots of damage afterwards. Jerax had to be there to get that kill as well, so they're playing great together.
Get a little bit of a
Good
reward.
deny. I love doing that, dude.
Jerax is a big tanky boy, though, so I'll give him a couple slaps, but EG following up here. Abed looking for the opening. Will drag back over onto the Nyx Assassin. Feels like they're not entirely sure they want to take this fight, though, on the side of EG, but they're going to back off. They're going to see maybe do a little bit of a wrapping play.
I think what's happening basically is just EG knows that they're going to be doing totally fine late game. Like they have a Dusa who's going to match up well against Luna. She outranges her. She's going to buy Scotty at an approximately equal time, but it's easier for Dusa to utilize it. Dusa is really difficult to kill, so in a 1v1 fight to the death, Dusa is basically more, maybe not a 1v1, but in a team fight situation, Dusa is going to feel more effective. Doesn't have to worry about like the other burst damage from Simply TOOBASED. The mana drain's scary, of course, but I think EG is just confident as the game continues. So they're just being careful, poking here and there. Once Void Spirit gets Ags, this can be a lot easier for him to fight as well. He can jump on Rubik or Nyx very easily and solo kill them.
With a hunt for Ryoya, Abed setting up here with the Yules. Get that Remnant down, and a big hit from Crit. Man, Ryoya has not had a game. I don't think I've seen a single Sonic Wave.
He's 0-6 and 0 right now, actually.
He is just having a very bad time in this game.
Yeah, 6 of his team's 10 deaths. That is, it's really something else. But he's been punished so much. They keep going after him. He's the one guy that they keep catching.
I mean, he's the one who has to play the more risky, right? Because he's the one that's got the escape, but it seems like EG is anticipating a lot of his moves and they're just showing up. And often it's just Nightfall and Crit together, feels like. little bit of a steal here coming out from the Rubik, but the drag back, look at this crit already in position. They're gonna try to punish Lil Nick here. They do a lot of damage to fall off the Ravage, will get the kill on crit. Rest of the team now stunned, trying to find the opening though. Again, they have their eyes on Lil Nick. He's very, very tanky. They're gonna go for the Meteor Hammer combo again. We'll be able to land a couple clicks here coming out from Arteezy, and the Mystic Snake is gonna be quite enough. That's gonna be a kill for Arteezy.
Nice cleanup. Ravage felt a little goofy there. It looked great because they hit a lot of heroes, but it killed crit. Crit was probably killable regardless. But yeah, only getting one hero out of it. I mean, you are losing, so you got like 250 gold from it, but hey, if nothing happens, it's not that big of a deal. Roche is already over, right? So it's not like you want to fight them anyways at a tier 2 tower.
Look at Nightfall just hunting. He's literally just hunting Ryoya every single time he shows up.
The 3 points in Astral that he has. He's been prioritizing Essence Flux, misses a stun there. But ultimately, just would have pressured Quap a little.
Still hanging out in the area. Ooh, no. Doesn't quite manage to find it.
Grove Bow for Deuce now. That's going to be really nice. Extra attack range.
This Deuce is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and they have not dealt with her.
I just don't think they can. They kind of need like Nyx to be there to mana drain, and they need like Luna +1 as well. They just need so much physical damage to pick her off.
Went to disassemble over on Ollie to get the BKB.
Top tier 2, possibly dead. We'll see if we see a glyph here, but I don't know if they want to commit it. They're going to do the safe thing, put the sentry down in case Nyx is setting up.
They really want this kill on Ryoya. Nightfall says, I've been waiting for that for the last couple minutes. Man. Teleports away from this tower just so he can do it. He's like, finish it after.
It's actually incredible how quickly they react to these opportunities. It's like one guy gets a grab and just all of a sudden there's like 2 EG heroes there and they kill him again. It's so hard to play his hero this game. I mean, killing Luna would be ideal, right? But Luna keeps farming in the safer places. Quap is the person that keeps farming the dangerous parts of the map, and they just keep punishing her. That's basically the story of this game. That's one of the reasons Ryoya's died so much.
Flea was trying to go for that swap over here on the outpost. They drop the Sanity's Eclipse on him as Ollie now runs away. Crit finding him over here in the tree line. Does have the Eclipse if necessary. Gonna throw out a Lucent Beam. Step forward here from Abed. Nightfall's here, and just every time that any of these the 2 base heroes show up on the map, feels like they're instantly punished.
Yeah, that's the worst guy to find when you're playing Luna like that position. Arteezy gets pressured a little bit, but he's just gonna ulti and run. A little bit of a moment of disengage there for EG, but they're still just absolutely controlling the map.
Yeah, we've got a full Aghanim Scepter completed now for the Outworld Devourer.
That's a good one.
That is indeed a good one. He's found himself a Lil Nick. Doesn't have the Meteor Hammer this time around, so he's gonna have to rely on crit to throw out some of these slows to keep him in place.
That was actually close. If Nick had pressed Hood of Defiance before he got banished, he could have blinked. Because it would have barrier blocked him. He pressed it right after, but he must have taken the damage and was unable to blink.
Jerax just casually fighting with Ryoya. The rest of the team is coming in though, so he's got to be careful. Ignite, the follow-up though here from Abed. Flea's gonna have to get the lift off, toss back immediately. The step forward though, chasing after Flea. It's like Nightfall is the one who's gonna be chasing after him, but Piran will fall, Flea will fall, and Ryoya just prays that they don't take a look in this tree line.
I just feel like they haven't been able to get value out of the Rubik. Like, if you're able to steal Banish, it's excellent, obviously, because you can save your allies repeatedly, but there just hasn't been, like, too many back-and-forth fights, basically. Like, simply 2 base needs to be, like, in a decent fighting position, like, close to net worth, and good in positioning, where that hero would provide value. But I feel like against a team that's better than you on paper, maybe that's a little bit too dangerous to pick. That's a dead courier.
Ooh, yes, it is, with that tower flash.
Best gank they've gotten off in 10 minutes.
That's very savage there. Stone Gaze coming out from Arteezy. They're just going to back off for now. They know they don't have to take this just yet. How much time do we have left over here on the Aegis? We've got like 20-something seconds. Maybe perhaps trying to ensure that they don't get baited in here. But they have the Fire Shield over on... I tried to say Fire Shield Shard. That is a difficult thing to say fast. Fire
Shield Shard. It is hard.
Yeah, right?
When you said it, I was like, normally I'm like, oh, I can do that. That time I was spooked. I didn't think I was going to.
No, it definitely was a moment where I was like,
Level 4 Ignite stolen by Rubik. Is this going to change the game? No. But it's cool.
Aegis gets reclaimed while this is going on. Ryoya trying desperately to just continue to push out. Snowball, though, hot on his heels. Abed, the follow-up. The gang squad is here to murder Ryoya yet again. This poor Queen of Pain. And again, Ryoya, a good Queen of Pain player, but just has not had any moments of breathing in this game at all. I think he's like 0-8 now.
It feels good to be this good.
Dire's middle tower.
And look at this. They can just siege this tower.
Yeah.
There's nothing TOOBASED can do about it.
Cleans up. Takes the tower. Simply TOOBASED. Just they only had 3 heroes here at the start of this, and they just knew they couldn't fight it. Like, how do you fight into Medusa here with this much HP? It's got the fire shield. There's an ogre here. Definitely can't fight into that.
He's a very powerful ogre. We've talked about this.
Jerix has actually played ogre like magnificent this game. Like, he's made the ogre look good, and it's literally just because of game sense and knowing where he needs to be annoying. Like, I'm actually really impressed how he's been played. Great
Yeah,
deny.
I would love to see, you know, the breakdown of just the way that he's moving around the map, because I'd say he definitely understands how to use his
Beefiness.
body, so to speak, with the ogre, right?
His svelte body. His svelte ogre body. Is that right? Is that the right term?
Svelte?
Adverb? I don't know.
Svelte means that you are very skinny.
Yep, that's what I meant.
Yep, He's a little beachy boy. Beach body ogre. Denying his own sentry ward over here.
That's funny. It's like, we need my Medusa to farm their side of the map, must ward.
Radiant are scanning.
Ollie, though, to give him credit, is finding the farm. He is managing to, dive around,
Bottom tower.
try not to show on the way, but he has got to be careful because they are definitely hunting him.
Is he just going to stay hidden? Abed hopefully leaves. He cuts the creep wave. He can't kill this one, certainly, but maybe the next one after he'll kill. So he'll just stay put for a moment.
Nice.
Run.
Oh, crit with the blink away. He's going to get the lift off, though. Be able to... Are they going to... Yeah, they're looking to re-engage here with that snowball. Abed waiting patiently. A sonic wave. Not going to do much of anything.
Well, they do get a kill. That's going to put Ryoya on the board with 1 assist, at least.
I mean, desperately needed, but
Yeah.
definitely underwhelming.
They have undercut EG with this kill, at least, because now they can control this area and all they can actually pressure the tower. That means that this last creep wave, or creep wave and a half here that EG has, is their last creep wave down bottom. So they're just going to cut creep waves based on this position. And yeah, they'll probably still lose their tier 2 here, but unless they glyph it, they could hypothetically glyph.
I feel like EG doesn't really seem to care, though.
Yeah, by all means. TOOBASED could hit the tier 1 tower, but they're just they've been reacting to EG teleporting in and setting up fights so many times.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of replay. It's them going for this kill. You're going to see the quad ulti come out. It looks rough, but it actually does catch him as the snowball lands. So it gives him the assist, and then EG knows, it's fine. We'll just go push your towers instead.
There's a kill on Empyrean here. This Bloodlust been helping out quite a bit. Crit using that snowball. We'll use the Walrus Punch over onto Ryoya. They get the lift off just to try to protect, but Flea is just a little bit too slow. He's a little bit too poor. He doesn't have those items that are going to ensure that he can escape. So that is another kill going the way of Evil Geniuses. Scotty, Satanic, everything a growing Medusa needs. And look at this. RT just walks right into the base. He's got no fear.
Takes no damage, effectively. Loses a little bit of mana, who cares? Creep wave was just in mid, so they can hit this tower for another 10 or 15 seconds. Next creep wave will be close enough anyways, so... Yep, 2 Rex here without a true fight, and there's the glyph finally being used.
Fire shield applied now to Arteezy. They'll back out for now. Empyrean trying to keep tabs over here. Might be able to cancel out this.
Is it worth?
He's going to reveal himself.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Good start.
It's a good start indeed, but Arteezy just doesn't seem to mind too much. They turn right back around again. Empyrean will pay for this. There's a BKB coming out from Luna, but they just aren't able to get in there fast enough. All right, doing some decent damage, but again, oh no, the Ravage not going to work with the great Astro Prison. Ollie will fall. Lil Nick is going to get cut down, and TOOBASED, they've had enough. They're going to tap out.
Ooh, Lil Nick for some reason, didn't use his PPD voice line in that exact moment. Not sure why.